Today, we're having a day at the seaside exploring the beautiful coastal town of Scarborough in North Yorkshire.
With its dramatic hilltop castle watching over the town, it was actually England's first seaside resort. Did you know that?
I did not know that, no.
And it was a firm favourite of Queen Victoria herself.
And the upper classes. The upper classes used to come here.
The echelon.
The echelon.
Well, yeah, back in the day, the upper classes flocked here in their thousands for the sea air, the salt waters, and a very proper dip in the sea.
Yes, and there was a spa here as well, where people used to come and drink the waters because it had calcium in it. So they took it for the medical properties.
These days, it's a little less posh, with fewer corsets and a bit more arcades.
Yes, and a little less castle rocks and more sticks of rock.
Sticks of rock.
Jokes.
But it's still full of character.
Yes, so come along as we explore the charm, chips and cheeky seagulls of the British seaside. And also, interesting fact, I lived here for 3 years when I was at university.
Oh.
Shout out to the University of Hull, that's not here anymore. If you're new here, I'm David.
I'm Mark.
And we are
the Doddles. And we bring you weekly travel videos
We do.
on a Sunday.
We do. And if you're missing our cruising content, there is a cheeky link to cruising, which we'll explain later.
It might be a stretch.
It might be a stretch, but we'll show you anyway.
I've never been to Scarborough before.
No.
Well, at least I don't think I have. This is where my mum comments below and saying, actually, I took you when I was a kid, but
You
I
don't
don't
remember
remember.
me being here.
But seeing as David is an expert, I'm going to leave today the tour of Scarborough to David.
Yes, we're going to start at South Bay, all the way around to North Bay and everything in between.
So come along with us, see what we see as we see it.
Oh, it's good to be back. So we started off on the cliffs to give you some lovely shots of the South Bay. So you can see everything that there is on offer. But we're now heading to the funicular tramway to head down to the shoreline, so we'll show you that. However, I'm a little bit peed off because when I lived here, it was 50p to go on the tramway, and I believe it's £1.50 now. It's tripled in price, although it has been 15 years.
Yeah. Also, that just reminded me, I just had to pay 40p for a p.
Yeah. Technically 20p because I went in behind him. Woo.
You didn't wee behind me.
I didn't wee behind you, but I snuck through on his entrance.
As we're walking as well, what a beautiful day.
It's a gorgeous
If I
day.
look a bit dewy, because I've got sun cream on.
A bit pale, a bit ghostly.
I put some sun cream on and it was incredibly thick.
Well, it was factor 50, so I don't know what you expected.
You have to be safe, David.
You do.
As we mentioned, to get down to the seafront, we're making our way to the Victorian funicular. But first, a quick stroll across Scarborough's iconic footbridge. It offers lovely views across South Bay and of the Grand Hotel, which certainly lives up to its name in size, if not always in reviews. Let's just say it's worth reading up before committing to stay. Next up, we pass the statue of Queen Victoria, who holidayed here back in the day, although probably not for the 2p machines. And then it's on to the cliff lift. Built in 1881, it was designed to save people from tackling the steep steps down to the beach, and quite frankly, we're all for that. As we descend in semi-comfort, spare a thought for those tackling the steps. Or don't. Either way, we're not joining them.
So what did you think of the Victorian tramway?
Interesting. So, operating since 1881,
Yes.
I did feel like I was sliding down a hill in a garden shed.
It did feel a bit precarious, I'm not going to lie.
It's an interesting way of avoiding some steps.
It's a bit shaky, and it's not very long. It's 30 seconds.
Yeah, and so we paid £1.50 per person for a one-way ticket.
How much is that per second? We'll put it on the screen.
Interesting to do.
Yes.
I've done it.
You need to do it. If you come to Scarborough, you need to do it.
I don't need to do it again.
Anyway, the next stop on our magical mystery tour of Scarborough is something you have to do when you're here. It's a staple of British seaside culture.
Something that I hate.
But we're doing it for you guys. The arcades! So before we head into Coney Island, which is just behind us there is a game that I played for years when going to the arcades. So on the 2p pushy machines, you know, where the shelf slides in and out, like Tipping Point on the TV, there's a game you can play where you each get £1's worth of 2p's and you play them at the same time, and then the game is who lasts the longest. Who loses their pound first. You're both going to lose your pound, but who loses it first is the game.
Do you know what game I play often?
What?
Avoiding going in arcades.
Yes. The other way you can play it is you both play your pounds, like your 2p's, and you put any winnings to the side and then see who's got the most winnings. Is the other way you can do it. So, just a couple of ways to spice up the arcades for you. The other staple of British seaside culture is a grabber machine. You have to have a go on a grabber machine. Now, I don't know about you, but all that arcading has made me a little bit peckish for a sweet treat.
Can we talk about the arcade, please?
Yes. Fun, isn't it?
No. I hate it.
It's sensory overload.
It's a sensory overload. It's not a nice environment.
No.
And also my hands smell of money now. I need to clean them.
Need to clean the hands.
Also, I won.
No one saw it, didn't happen. But yes, you did. Anyway, we are now heading to my favourite spot for ice cream. So if you ever come to Scarborough, you need to go to the Harbour Bar and get a Knickerbocker Glory.
Is a Knickerbocker Glory a very British thing?
Maybe. We'll show you what it says on the menu, because I feel like it's something that each parlour can change and like make their own.
Yeah.
I really hope it's the same as when I lived here, because it was 15 years ago.
It's probably going to be about £50.
Probably, but I have to do it. I have to.
Can I ask a question as well for our international viewers? Is it just a very British thing that if you go, so for example, Scarborough,
yes,
like we said, isn't as posh as it used to be. It's now, a lot of British seaside towns have become into a bit of...
It's one of the nicer ones, I would say.
No, it is, but a lot of British seaside towns have come on harder times lately, and they've they're a bit tacky, you know, and then some people, you know, that's, the nostalgia's still there for that.
Yeah.
Is it a very British thing to then call it a nickname that is then something that is very not? So
I'll tell you the nickname for Scarborough.
Scarborough is very obviously not
Barbados, but the nickname is Scarbados.
Scarbados. Is that a British thing to say Scarbados? Or like something Vegas?
Cas Vegas in Castleford. Castleford, they're called Cas Vegas.
Yeah, let us know.
Well, that was just as good as I remember it.
Yeah, the Harbour Bar. Well, I've never been, so I don't remember it.
No.
The inside of it was very gauche? No,
Well, I think it's like, is it like a 50s style diner?
like a diner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
American style 50s style
very
diner
bright,
type thing.
though.
It's very bright, but it was so delicious.
It's so delicious. We were going to have one each, and then I saw the price.
It's quite expensive. So the Knickerbocker Glory that we had was £10.95.
I was going to have a banana split because I've never had one, and that feels like another staple of the beach.
But you're like, I'm not spending £22 on ice cream.
No. And they were big portions.
They were
but
big, yeah. But glad we went. Just as good. The inside has not changed in 15 years.
The price has. That's
The
all
price has.
changed.
Yeah, I would not have been spending £10.95 on an ice cream when I was a student. I can't remember how much it was though. So, cool story.
We've eaten some fruit though.
Yes, we've had one of our 5 a day.
Cakes in cream.
Yes, but still one of your 5 a day. Anyway, we're back on the South Beach now. Because we've got the Grand
We've got the
Hotel.
Grand behind. So if you know Scarborough, you probably know of the Grand. It's very iconic.
It's an iconic landmark.
It looks beautiful, very elegant from the outside.
It hasn't got the best reviews.
Inside,
Never been inside.
Well, apparently it's very dated, very.
Okay.
It's just horrendous, apparently. But we're just spouting reviews that we don't know if merit.
Yes. So we've never been inside, never stayed there, doesn't have the best reputation. We'll just say that.
What's the hotel that was used in The Witches? You know the Roald Dahl Witches original film?
Oh, was that... Oh, I don't know. Bear with.
Never mind, that one's in Newquay,
Which is very far away.
the other end of the country. But it just gives me that sort of vibes.
Yes, I can see that. It's also like the Metropole in Blackpool. It's like a big hotel on the edge near the beach.
Yeah. It's almost like British seaside towns had some sort of architectural design.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Anyway, next up, we're going to take a wander round to the North Bay, and I'm going to take you to a place called Peasholm Park.
Oh,
Which again was a place I used to frequent in my student days. You can get rowing boats out or pedalos, go around the lake. There's a little Japanese garden in the middle, which really fits in with the vibe of Scarborough.
so I will happily walk all that way. David has promised me fish and chips later, so
Yes, we'll have fish and
We're gonna
chips.
have-
I think that's a good thing to do before we set off home. It might be the
Yes.
wrong thing to do if the grease has a reaction in our tummies.
Yeah, let's get real for a second. We've just eaten a lot of cream, and we're about to then have greasy fish and chips. And as both delicate tummied people,
Yes.
we might have to make a quick dash home. Anyway, let's go.
So let's see what happens. We might poo ourselves.
Leaving the fishing boats of South Bay Harbour behind, we passed Luna Park, which seems to specialise in flashing lights, loud noises and mild regret. We'll give that one a miss. Then it's past this beautifully scaffolded building. We do seem to have a knack for arriving just in time for renovations, as anyone who's seen our York video will know. The walk over to North Bay follows the shoreline and takes around 40 minutes, but along the way you'll find these little portholes in time, dotted with facts and stories to keep you entertained en route. North Bay Beach is Scarborough's quieter side, less candy floss and chaos, and more calm and dog walkers. there's not a lot to do, but somehow that still involves me being coaxed onto a pedalo. Thanks, David.
Oh no, that way. Oh.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I thought it was like a rudder.
I mean, it is.
Is this on?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a rudder, so I thought I had to turn it the opposite way.
We're going to hit a seagull.
Out the way, seagull! Move!
I tell you,
What have we done?
it's hurts your back for one. This seat is not comfortable.
No.
And my legs are already aching. David, you're going to crash.
Avert!
I've got a question, David.
Yeah,
Why is it a dragon?
because there's a Japanese garden in the middle, I think. It's like a Japanese theme.
Is that not Chinese?
So this was one of my favourite pastimes as a student. Not so much now because I'm old and it's hurting my legs.
We've got thigh burn.
We have, and we've only done half a lap. And we got it for another 35 minutes. No, 25 minutes.
We paid for 30 minutes. Well, you pay for 30 minutes.
I did. Interesting though, fact, time, people. On, I think between August, like July and August, they do a warfare, naval warfare reenactment. I can't speak, I'm out of breath. A naval warfare reenactment, and they have boats going around with like explosions happening and stuff, and you might not realise that there are people in the boats. They look like miniature boats.
Wow.
But there are people in them.
Interesting facts.
Oh no, that sounds wrong.
We're regretting our decisions.
We are, but exercise, it's good for us. Trying to see the positives.
What I will say, sitting in this position is a bit of a stress position. And like we said, we've had cream. It's jiggling something loose.
Yeah. What are they doing?
Don't know.
If we do a more leisurely pace, does it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not out of breath anymore.
I think that's because I was doing the most of the pushing.
No, you weren't.
Oh, bang on. I am a boat steering genius.
We're going for the overtake.
I feel like all this video is going to be is me breathing.
I'm bored now.
Max, taking us to a wall.
I was looking at the camera.
He's trying to end it all.
That would be preferable.
It's fun to do though. If you are in Scarborough, don't you shake your head. Peasholm Park is one of those things that if you were just coming to Scarborough without knowing anything, you probably wouldn't find it. But it's a nice little
we didn't
area.
say. We made it round to North Beach, and it was
Yes.
a 40-minute walk.
I may or may not have forgotten how long the walk was. Is that my fault?
So we've done a 40-minute walk, and now we're doing a form of like spin class exercise.
But we've had a huge ice cream, and we're going to be having fish and chips later, so we can have it guilt-free. Let's see how Mark does getting under the centre arch. He's coming in at quite the angle.
That was perfect.
It was, he just came in at a weird angle.
That's because I was overtaking the person.
We're on the final stretch.
So we paid for 30 minutes, we've done 15 minutes, and
It's enough.
I don't want to do anymore.
It is enough. I can't remember how much I paid.
£7.
20 or 50?
£7.20, I think, for 30 minutes for 2 people.
Yes. £7.20 is correct. I've checked on my phone.
There's a traffic jam.
Oh no. We can't even get off. We want to get off, but we can't.
There's a traffic jam.
Let's barge into
Show
them.
the traffic jam. No, don't.
Doggo. Well, I don't know about you, but I am exhausted.
I got wobbly legs.
This is a sign of age,
Yes.
I think. But we've done it. I said we were going to do it. I'm taking you on a tour of the things to do and see. Speaking of, we are now outside the Scarborough Open Air Theatre.
And it's time for the tedious link to cruising.
So the link is, once in the history of time, Jane McDonald performed here.
Jane McDonald, the Queen of Cruising.
She is the Queen of Cruising, and she performed here. That's the link. Bye! So now we've shown you that, the next stop is, there's some lovely, colourful beach houses.
Ooh, yes, at North
Beach
Bay.
huts at North Bay. So we're going to go see those, and then it's time to head back to South Bay for some fish and chips.
Ooh, the
Fish
highlight
and
of my
chips.
day.
How have you found it so far?
Nice, actually. Lovely day. And it's
Yes.
lovely to see. Do you know what? This is quite a boring thing to say, but it's lovely to see a traditional British seaside town that's busy.
Yes.
Because like I said earlier, you know, people have this perception now that no one comes to British seaside towns.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they do here.
Yes. And like I said, it's one of the nicer ones. It is one of the nicer ones.
I mean...
And you've had a tour guide, so you're welcome.
I would say don't come here expecting like a really swanky beach resort. Like it is very much still a traditional British seaside town.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's what you're after, Scarborough's
fine.
the place.
It is. Anyway, to the beach huts.
Woohoo! Seen them now.
Seen them.
Let's go and get fish and chips.
I think we might get the bus back, because if we do another 40-minute walk, we won't be back until about 2:30, dentist time.
Yeah. What we
More
all
time to
say,
get
we
fish
haven't
and chips.
mentioned, we haven't brought little Coco with us.
Oh no, we haven't.
And you may think that's really mean of us. The beaches aren't particularly dog friendly.
No.
There are like sections of the beaches that are dog friendly. So in that respect, we could have brought her.
But then the other places I know I wanted to show you,
Well, we
we probably wouldn't have been able to
I was
take
about
her.
to say we couldn't have taken her on the boat, but there was a dog on the boat.
Yeah, Coco would not have coped on the boat though, that's the deal. Being allowed on the boat and the dog actually wanting to be on the boat are two separate things.
That's true.
And there was a good chance she would have jumped overboard.
And taken us with her.
Yeah, and we'd have never been seen again. We're walking on sand, that's why I'm walking a bit strange. I'm trying not to get sand in my shoes.
Yeah. Also, David,
Yes?
I can't believe we've made it to this point in the video without one of us singing the song.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside.
No, not that song.
What then?
Are you going to Scarborough Park?
I don't know the rest of the words.
Bye. We're on a bus. Us.
I can't remember the last time I was on a bus.
Us on a bus.
Us on a bus. The Donalds on tour.
David has dragged me down to such levels today. He's brought me into an arcade. We've been on a pedalo and now we're on a bus.
Welcome to Scarborough. But you've had a good day.
It's not finished yet. I want fish and chips.
Honestly, all he's done all day is complain. I've tried to give him a lovely day and he's just miserable.
It's worth noting that these buses run every 15 minutes.
They do. I can't tell you how much it is.
Yeah, we haven't paid yet.
We haven't paid yet. They just want us to get on and the conductor will come to us.
Yeah, so we'll tell you how much it was. But I would pay... How much would you pay to save a 40-minute walk?
£3?
Per person?
Yeah, and I think by time comparison of we paid £1.50 for that 30-second tramway, I think £3 to save a 40-minute walk.
We don't know if it's £3 yet.
No, but that's why I'm saying I'd be happy to pay £3.
We also paid £7.20 for 15 minutes of pedalo. So...
Just throwing money away today. It's windy.
I'm really cold.
I was enjoying the breeze, but I've just switched into freezing cold. The bus stops suddenly.
I'm freezing.
Oh God, the booth font been destroyed. Well, call me a genius. Conductor had just been, how much was it each?
£3 each.
£3! And I had some money left over from when we were in the arcades, so I've used that. And I've got £1 left for another go on the grabber.
Nope.
Yes.
£1 left for some rock.
Well, one thing I'll say, it's hard to find rock in Scarborough. There doesn't seem to be as many places do it here as other places. But I'm going to try in that shop over there, the Harbour Side gift shop that's just out of reach for you.
Then we should have got off at this stop then.
Well, no, because we're going over there to get fish and chips, and then we've got to come back this way to get to the car. It's all not just a pretty face, you know.
Up there for thinking, down there for dancing.
I wondered where that was going then. Stop here.
Rock.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
I thought we'd stopped. Hi, would you have a table for two?
I won't say what this road sign reminds us of. I will leave it to your imaginations.
So, seeing as Mark seems to think that I've taken him down to the lower echelons of society in today's activities, we've gone for posh fish and chips inside.
Posh.
We're at a sit-down table. It's posh.
I wouldn't say it's posh.
Well, I would. Well, the Fish Pan has always been my favourite fish and chip place in Scarborough when I lived here, and it did not disappoint today.
That was beautiful. The fish was beautiful.
It was
Wasn't
gorgeous. The batter was really thin, really crispy, well seasoned.
Not too greasy.
Not too greasy.
I would say, fish and chips are always a little bit greasy because of the process of battering.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll still be lubed from hole to hole.
We will, with the amount of grease. So following that, we've
just very quickly been and got some rock. Seaside rock, if you know, you know.
Some gifts for some people who, by the time this video goes out, will know they've got the gift.
It's rock.
It's rock. But now we are just about to head to the car with 10 minutes to spare on the parking, so timed
We've
that
timed
perfectly.
this really well, yes. Yeah.
We have, or I have. Who's been the guide? Tis me. So now we're at the end of the day. What are your thoughts?
I've had a lovely day.
Good.
I think it is helped massively by the weather, if I'm honest. Places always look nicer in the sun. I'm going to say that.
If it was cold, rainy and windy, you're not going to enjoy yourself, are you?
Some people might. No, it's been lovely. Thank you very much for showing me around.
You're very welcome. I hope you've enjoyed following with us.
Yes, if you have enjoyed watching this video, maybe watch this video of our time in York. And if you've already watched that video, watch this video that YouTube thinks you might like.
And if you've already watched that video, then you've completed YouTube and you are free to go about your daily business.
Congratulations. Anyway, thanks for watching.
See you on the next video.
Bye.